Hey, y'all. Welcome back to your Soul Spiritual Space where we receive messages, downloads, and revelation from Holy Spirit to help us on our personal growth and inner transformation journey. I pray you guys are doing absolutely amazing. I know, y'all noticed I didn't do a read in a couple of days. Okay, you paid attention? All right. Listen, I'm moving now. Of just moving when Holy Spirit tells me to move, do when Holy Spirit tells me to do. So, this is not a tarot reading channel. These are not tarot reading messages. As you guys know, these messages are strictly spiritually and divinely guided messages from Holy Spirit to help you heal, grow, and evolve to your highest truth, right? The deck has already been shuffled, so it's going to be a complete read. I'm going to pull from the root deck and then also from the clarifying deck and then your spiritual guidance deck for ending, okay? Alright, that's it from the root deck. Let's see. We have distraction, light, betrayed, stillness, and leadership. Okay. So this is you got a lot of distraction going on and it's affecting your leadership. But stillness is here. You may be dealing with some stillness and you really can't because of the distraction. And the distraction could be the betrayal that you received, or it could be you feel betrayed, right? Something that you're still dealing with that was past tense and it's affecting your leadership. And Holy Spirit is shining some light on that because it is a distraction. You still haven't healed when you were betrayed. And in this time of stillness, you're supposed to be doing your healing work, but you're distracted. Okay, clarify distraction. You're not being honest. You're not being honest that you're distracted. Yeah, see? And you're not being honest that the betrayal is causing distraction. Okay? It's mentally affecting you. Clarify this light for me, Holy Spirit. Oh, clarified stillness. You think the stillness is a test, and it's not. It's not a test. It's something that you really have to, with focus. It's something that you really have to focus on. Yeah, you really have to focus on that. Clarify light for me, Holy Spirit. And this is okay. Holy Spirit said this is why leadership is here, because you may be trying to plant yourself as a leader, okay? But it's not working out. It's not a successful plant because of the distraction, the lack of honesty, okay? You can't be a leader because Holy Spirit said you're planting this position of you being a leader and you're trying to shine light on it, like you're trying to bring attention to it, but you planted in unhealthy soil. That's why plant is in reverse. on top of light. Okay. Oh. Because your thoughts are not clear about the program that you're trying. And that's strictly from the Messiah. Facts. Which I knew your thoughts were an issue, okay? With the distraction. Distraction, it's not always a physical distraction. It's not always something that you can physically see. A lot of times, especially with honesty being in reverse and then mental being here, I knew it was your thoughts that was causing a distraction. You're mentally unstable right now, chaotic a little bit, okay? Clarify betrayed. Okay. So the betrayal that you experienced caused trouble, and you were definitely disappointed about it. That's why it's such a big distraction. It's hindering you from your leadership. Because you can't be a leader if you're not honest, y'all. I feel like that's kind of self-explanatory, but obviously Holy Spirit said no. Some people need this message. You can't be a leader if you're not honest. Not even with other people, but with oneself. With oneself. It's ugly energy right now. That's why you have distraction. It's very ugly energy. But you're praying for a breakthrough. And you definitely can have it once you start doing some healing. Right. You can have a breakthrough once you do some self-reflection. Okay? You can't act like this is not here. And that's why honesty is in reverse. Because you suppressing this whole distraction and still trying to push forward. Trying to plant something in unhealthy soil. Anything else, Father? The distraction is you. You thinking, you trying to say it's other people, but it's you. It's you. And that came out clear before you came out. But Holy Spirit said you needed to know. Yeah. And you having a hard time receive because of it. You ask why? You asked why, and that came out after ask. Yeah, and I figure your ego was here because with this distraction being present, the fact that honesty is in reverse, but you have leadership here. I knew it was ego driven. How can you still have something that you need to heal that is causing a distraction with leadership? With leadership, how can you lead other people when you can't even lead yourself? So I already knew it was ego driven. Let's clarify this stillness. Oh, that flew out fast. Pure stillness is necessary right now. Not the fake stillness you've been doing. Okay? Not the fake stuff you've been trying to portray. That's not needed at the moment. Okay, we got follow. What is follow here? Okay, follow your connection to the Messiah. It's follow your spiritual connection for some clarity, for some understanding, because you lost it along the way. You lost your spiritual connection along the way with this whole distraction and betrayal, and you got to be consistent with it, because you trying to follow your connection and burn out energy of desperation. That's not gonna work. Okay. You have to be authentically consistent, pure stillness. You have to be consistent with it. You're trying to develop stillness and burnout energy. That it don't work that way. It don't work that way. This bag is not referencing financial gain. This is referencing the distraction that you're carrying. Or the betrayal. It's all the stuff inside that you're not being honest about. That's what that is. And you're carrying them on this journey, trying to lead other people. You got to change it. You got to create some change. Okay? You got to do things differently. That's why self-reflection is here. You have to do things differently. It's time. You can't lead people or be in a position of leadership. And there, I'm not going to mention, but there is a person that's currently going through rude awakening when it comes to her leadership position. And she's really, like, the veil is coming off because she wasn't leading in good soil either. What she planted wasn't in good soil. And let me tell you about what the spiritual attacks is not what you think it is. Okay? You feel as if everything that's currently going wrong right now, you feel like it's a spiritual attack. No. It's spiritually attacks that you are creating because you lost your spiritual connection. That's why Messiah came out here and follow connection has lost. You lost your connection with your spiritual foundation. And in essence, you created attacks on oneself. That's why self-reflection is here because, again, the distraction that you're experiencing is something that's very simple, right? If you just move with honesty, but you're lying to yourself about it, okay? You ignoring it. You think the stillness is a test. Oh, maybe because I've been overworking myself, I need to be in still. No, that's not what that is. It has nothing to do with your leadership role. It has to do with your internal, your mental. You had honesty, mental, and thoughts. Honesty and thoughts were in reverse. It has to do with that. It has to do with what you need to heal. Your leadership, Holy Spirit said that needs to be far from the table at this point. Your leadership needs to be far from the table at this point. You need to do some healing. Stay calm in this. Okay, don't get hyped. Don't get overreacted. Stay calm. Anything else, Holy Spirit? That's why you're so pressed on your leadership role. That's why you're trying not to heal. Because you're not doing it. You're not doing it because you're called. You're doing it because you're thinking of advance your finances. And that happened with the individual that I was speaking of as well. It was all for a bag for her. The more people she felt like she can lead, the bigger her bag became. And now look. It's a phase. Okay? Your thoughts, your mental right now is a phase. But you have the opportunity to change it. Okay? Phase, yes, it's temporary. But granted, they can last a long time. Understand that. Okay? You see phase and think it can be just for a moment. They can last for a long time. Because you're avoiding a big battle internal, right? Here's anxiety. And you think it's fake. That's why honesty was in reverse. You think it was fake. You think it was false. No. That's why test was in reverse. Because you thought this is not a test. You think it's fake. Like you think all of this, everything that you're experiencing, you feel as you really, okay. You feel like it's authentic spiritual attacks. You feel like people are coming against you. No, none of this is fake. all of this is real. This is your internal. This is why you have such a big distraction. And you're betraying, thank you, Holy Spirit, you're betraying yourself. You are betraying it. This is okay. So for some of you, the betrayal could be something that you need to heal, right? But for many of you, this betrayal is what you're doing to yourself. This betrayal is what you're doing to yourself because honesty is in reverse. Test is in reverse. Okay? Your mental is here. Thoughts was in reverse if you go back to the beginning of the video. But you also have avoiding a big battle. Anxiety is here. And you think it's fake. So you're betraying yourself on this journey of leadership that you're trying to build for yourself. You're doing this yourself. The betrayal and the distraction is in oneself. Okay. Anything else further? It calls you for some attention. Your attention isn't needed right now, but also I feel like you're ignoring this for the attention of being in a leader, to be in a leader position. So again, there's two messages here. Take what resonates, what exists for you, and leave the rest. But there's two deep and prominent messages here. One, you are your own distraction. You are betraying yourself through all of this with honesty in reverse, mental thoughts in reverse, tests in reverse, spiritual attacks, trouble, disappointment. On this journey, you're avoiding a big battle and you think it's fake. You had your connection, your spiritual connection that you follow has lost. That's one message. The other one is what you are planting as trying to be a leader in a leader position is being planted in unhealthy soil because you were betrayed in the past and you're not being honest about you still dealing with that. It was some trouble, it was some disappointment, and you're not being honest and you're avoiding the internal battle that you're currently experiencing that is causing your distraction for this leadership position. Okay? You're so much in your ego about this position. You're trying to act like your stuff don't stink. You're trying to act like you don't have stuff that you still need to heal and take care of. So again, whatever message fits for you, choose what exists for you and leave what doesn't for it to exist for someone else. But baby, at the bottom line, you think what is going on ain't real. And it's requiring your attention. Holy Spirit, today time for that was enough realness. Time for some spiritual guided messages. I think it's my longest read. Alright. We got open your heart. Get outside, sun gaze, okay? And then we also have 888 for financial success and abundance. With this right here, Holy Spirit is saying you have to open your heart to heal this distraction, to heal what's going on. He's recommending sun gaze, though, for you to reset in your stillness. That's why sun gaze is here. This is for you to reset in your stillness, for you to be authentic in stillness, for you to be in the midst of his presence. Okay? But ultimately, once all this is taken care of, and you could be seeing 888 and thinking that this leadership position is providing you that, right? That's why finances came out. But you're not going to see this until you take care of everything else. Okay? You have to be in a space of healing. And again, like I said, there's two different messages here. So whatever applies and exists for you, take as such. But at the end of the day, for both messages, you need to get out and sun gaze. Be in the midst of his presence authentically to embody stillness. But you need to open your heart for different. That's why change came out as well. You need to open your heart for different. For change. Holy Spirit said there's another message. Relax. All right. With anxiety there, yeah, you're very much anxious. He said you got to relax. Relax in the process. Relax in this journey. Relax. Calm came out too. See? He's telling you to calm down. That's why your light is affected by all this. Because you could be called to be in a leadership position, but you're shining light on a position that you're not ready for. Thank you, Holy Spirit. You're not ready to be in a leadership position. You're not ready. And you're portraying yourself on this journey along the way because you know you're not ready. And that's why your plant, whatever you're planting with this position, came in reverse. Okay? Listen, I pray this message provides you some clarity, some understanding. You know, this is probably my longest read, but it was a message that needed to be said for somebody specifically, I feel. And Holy Spirit said that's okay. Until next time.